Here back on Behind the Gloves with another video. We're going to look inside the fight of the big heavyweight clash that's just been announced. Oleksandr Usyk will face Dereck Chisora at the O2 May the 23rd. It is a brilliant clash between two absolute warriors. We're going to be looking closely into this fight and this matchup. There's been a huge split in fans arguing obviously that either Usyk will be too skillful for Dereck Chisora or Chisora will be too strong for Usyk. Obviously the topic of Usyk moving up from cruiserweight, being the unified cruiserweight champion, and moving up to challenge the heavyweight lads. It's just going to be interesting. Obviously we've seen him once already out against Chaz Witherspoon, where he retired Witherspoon, but in all due respect, it was hard to assess Usyk's performance. In terms of size, he looked alright. He looked like he filled out alright. It didn't seem like, he was too small or anything, but we're going to be looking at that closely. And let's start off with that discussion of Usyk being too small. I think it's an absolute waste of a conversation, because he actually does stand at 6'3" with a 78-inch reach, and in this fight he definitely won't be too small, because Chisora is only 6'1.5" with a 74-inch reach. So it's not going to be a massive issue in the fight. The only thing is, obviously I said he filled out nicely in the Chaz Witherspoon fight, but I feel like Chisora is more of a, he's a solid heavyweight. He's been around the division for years now, plenty of experience, and we've seen the size of Chisora, especially recently, as he's blossomed with age. He seems like he's fit, strong. He looks in absolutely mental shape. So it's going to be interesting to see how Usyk's body shape matches up with Chisora's body shape, because that's going to play a massive factor, I do believe, in the fight. Now let's talk about Chisora. He's blossomed with age, like I've said. In his last 6 fights, he's only lost once, and that was to Dillian Whyte in another cracking fight at the O2. Obviously they had 2 great fights between them. The first one being very close, and the second one, it was pretty close until obviously Dillian Whyte pulled out that left hook and knocked Chisora out. Again, a great fight. But if you look at him, the last 6 fights, you got Carlos Takam, you got Zuzi originally, and then Takam lost to Whyte, Senad Gashi, Spilka. That one was the most impressive win for me, because of the KO, because of how he knocked him out. And obviously David Price, another good performance there. He just looked really strong in the David Price fight for me. So Usyk is going to be a very interesting matchup. If Usyk gets past Chisora in good fashion, for me, he's a solid heavyweight. It's just going to depend when those bigger fights come. Obviously the top heavyweights do stand a lot bigger than Chisora. Joshua's like 6'7", Fury 6'9", Wilder as well 6'7", I think. So they're all like above 6'5", so that's going to be interesting how he fares if he does get past Chisora. But this is the ultimate test for him, because we know Dereck Chisora has incredible power, and like I said, when he knocked out Artur Spilka, that was that really showed that he's still got that type of power to really knock someone out cold. And we'll see if Usyk can take those shots on the chin. Obviously, I feel like there's a huge difference between cruiserweight power and heavyweight power. Obviously, because the cruiserweight boys are cutting down, they don't carry that same type of power as they would if they kept the weight on. So it's a very interesting one in terms of can Usyk take the power of Chisora. I also feel like Usyk, if Usyk can take that, he has a chance of stopping Dereck Chisora, because obviously his punch output is crazy. He's a very active fighter. So if he finds his heavyweight power and continues to box like he does, we might be even looking at an Usyk stoppage. But there's so many arguments to this fight. It's really a close fight. You can argue for both fighters. In my eyes, I can't really call. I can go back and forth with what I've just discussed right now, because it is an incredible matchup for me. And obviously this it's not announced yet, but I'm sure it's for the WBO mandatory spot. Obviously the holder of that belt is Anthony Joshua, so the winner may possibly fight AJ if the big AJ Fury fight doesn't pull off, which as boxing fans we've always wanted big fights, but you know how it works, nothing really falls through. So if we don't get that big AJ versus Fury clash, I have a very strong feeling that the winner of this fight will take on Anthony Joshua later on this year. But let us know what you think of this fight. Again, I keep repeating myself, brilliant matchup between two great warriors. May the 23rd, you don't want to miss it.
Hey fight fans, it's Michelle Joy Phelps. If you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you go ahead and do so by clicking the icon right here, and also hit the bell button so that you can get alerts every time we upload a new video.